I ended up going to the movies by myself and to go see Joker, and it's a good movie. It's passable, you know. I just thought it was trying to like everyone like okay, so the hype, the build up to it is this is one of those movies that's like it's amazing because everybody builds up the Joker as this amazing character, and because Heath Ledger died throughout filming of the last one, that it becomes this sort of like mythical thing bigger than the movie itself, and so you want to do it justice, the character justice, and then like Jared Leto had that fucking god awful performance as the Joker where he was like trying to be some weird fucking cartoony gangster thing, and they ended up cutting him out of half the movie anyway because he was so shit, and he went through this weird thing. Like he was the like cringe epitome of that portrayal of that character, because like apparently he went full what do you call it, method. Jared Leto did when he became the Joker. So he apparently, as a prank or whatever, and he was stealing character. Like he was trying to do the Daniel Day-Lewis thing, and he I don't know if you know this, but he jizzed into a bunch of envelopes and then sent it to cast members as a prank. Who the fuck? How come he didn't get Me Too'd? No one discussed that shit. Jared Leto is just so weird and like uncomfortable that people just like skated right past that. Like nobody ever remembers that he's like, I remember when he sent his jizz to everybody in envelopes? No? Okay. And the reason everyone forgot about that is because his portrayal of the Joker was so fucking shit that wasn't him sending jizz in envelopes to his castmates wasn't even the worst thing about that performance. That's how bad it was. Anyway, so look, man. Okay, good things. Joaquin Phoenix, amazing. Is it Jacqueline or Jacqueline Phoenix, whatever his name is. He did a fucking sick job, and he's got this weird thing with his shoulder blades. He's like his shoulder blade is all fucked up, and it adds to the character, which is dope because he's real skinny, and he like I'll give props to anyone that gives like 100% commits 100% to a role, and that's what he did. But the only thing is, you can only commit to what's written for you, and what's written for him is kind of lame. I thought that like it tries to do too much, like it's trying to like it thinks it's deeper than it is. Like it has this whole sort of this is the state of society and how we treat people with mental illness, and we're sticking it to the rich, and it has all these different sort of messages and themes that it wants to get across, but I don't think it does any of those single themes justice, and then it just ends up being a bit messy, and then this whole scene, and spoilers by the way if you haven't seen it, but the whole scene and the whole movie ends in this, like culminates in this big scene where he goes on this talk show with fucking De Niro, who's supposed to be like some Johnny Carson figure or whatever, and it sort of culminates in this. He has that snap moment where he just like he says everything that the writer or director wanted to say in the movie, you know? And like that's the thing about movies, and like not that I'm a fucking expert on movies or anything, but I like you want to show and not tell, you know? And just having your character say outright the theme and the motive of the whole movie is just fucking, it's shit. Like it's just it's a little on the nose, you know? And I don't know. I thought that was the worst part for me, is that it's like, okay, it's saying all this stuff, cool, but it's like it's saying it in a way that's super obvious, and like it's written by a fucking someone. It's just too it's too obvious. You know, there wasn't any subtlety, and I know that that's kind of hard when he's in, like the character of the Joker is in every shot of the movie. Basically, it's like a noir film, and I just thought that was a little bit, I don't know, a bit dodge, you know? And like it does suffer from the fact that Heath Ledger fucking nailed it. And but the reason that he nailed it is because he had like something of a better screenplay. Like The Dark Knight, trust me, there are flaws in that movie, and sometimes that dialogue is a little on the nose, but they went with the symbology and the ideological themes a bit better. Like, you know, Joker's meant to represent like just pure chaos, and he's the perfect antithesis to, or opposition or whatever, to Batman, who represents a different, like the opposing justice theme, blah blah blah, or whatever. And it just became, and it's like the perfect, and I think that's why the Joker movie, the Joaquin Phoenix one, is sort of suffers, because it's like, yes, the Joker, like he's meant to be fighting Batman, so when you give him a definite origin story, he loses the symbology and the pure symbology of the character, like what the character represents. Like in The Dark Knight, the character of the Joker sort of represents an idea, rather than in the Joaquin Phoenix movie, where he's a bit more, he's humanized, but then when you humanize him, you lose the sort of, you lose the symbology a bit, you lose the idea of metaphor, because it's all there, like you're seeing all of it. Does that make sense? Probably not. Am I speaking out of my ass? Definitely. But that's just how I felt from the movie, you know? Other than that, it's a pretty good movie. I thought the cinematography was dope. All the costumes and all that shit was cool as. And there's the chick, I don't know who the woman is that plays Joaquin Phoenix's mother in the thing. It's great. She plays the same character. Like she is, I swear to God, I don't know what her name is, and I'm not going to Google it because this podcast does not run on research. But she is, I swear to God, she's like a sick mum in every fucking movie that she's in. And she's great. And I thought, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was all right. It was a passable movie. It's like, but I feel like you could watch, there are so many other movies that do that movie better, like in terms of like the themes and stuff. But the performance is out of this world. It's fucking great. But I just, I get the same value, or I get better value out of, say, Fight Club and Taxi Driver than Joker. And I feel like, and I know that like there's definitely homages to those movies in Joker, but I felt like it was still trying to be those movies too much. Does that make sense? And also there's like this really cool, what I did like is there's this cool like throwback or homage. They pay homage to that, to Heath Ledger's Joker in that last shot where he's like, where he's just shot De Niro in the head, and he's got his head resting against the back of the cop car. You know, that shot. I really like that one. I like that. I like that. It's subtle, not subtlety, but it paid homage in a sort of creative way that still fit in with the story and blah 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 blah. Yeah, so that's my review on the Joker. Is that okay? Is everyone all right with that? I don't know. I thought it was all right. It was good. I would watch it again, but probably not in the cinema. Definitely not in the cinema. I mean, $16 for popcorn and a drink. That's fucking outrageous. But I would watch it again. But if I didn't get much value from watching it in a cinema. You know, like I could have watched that in fucking like at home on Netflix or whatever, and I would have had the same reaction, and I wouldn't have bought popcorn that cost $16. That's really what my main issue here is with the movie Joker, is that it's attached to cinemas, and cinemas charge way too much for popcorn and a drink. Yeah, anyway, as you can tell, I'm at a point in my life where I'm broke. Anyway, so that was my review on the Joker. Yeah, what else is going on?